remember, FEMA is not Jesus Christ. We can't expect miracles overnight.
But there's people living in
You've
tents,
got to
Mayor.
understand
That's
that it takes a while to do this.
67 days and people are still living in tents. We have video of the FEMA compound. They seem to be doing pretty well. I'm just trying to figure out what people should expect. And it doesn't seem 67 days is too long to expect a trailer that the government has money for, is it?
People are living in tents. Yes, they are. And I'm sorry. But you know, let's look at the other side of it.
If you are a violent criminal that illegally came into our country, you will be put up in a 5-star hotel for months. They will give you thousands of dollars in cash in your pocket, and they will give you a little card that is loaded with thousands of dollars for you to buy groceries. But if you're an American citizen that has followed the law, that has worked hard your entire life, and you happen to lose everything during a freak storm or natural disaster, the U.S. government will give you a tent, maybe $700, a one-time payment of $700, and a huge middle finger to the face. Ladies and gentlemen, we haven't talked about it in a while, but the problem hasn't gone away. The people who lost everything in Hurricane Helene are still struggling. They're still in need of food, gas, supplies. But, you know, during the early days after this storm, when a lot of the focus was on these people who lost everything during Hurricane Helene, the people who tried to help, they were turned away. Some of them were arrested. The goods, the food, the money, everything they brought for these people, a lot of it was confiscated, never to be seen again. So now, a lot of the people who need help, they're not getting the help they need still. The government isn't helping them. And a lot of the regular, everyday Americans who were trying to help them, they've been turned away, and a lot of them aren't coming back. But you know, in one of my last videos about this situation, I talked about how this freezing weather is coming in. And a lot of these people, they're living in tents. Some of them don't even have a tent. They're sleeping by little makeshift fires and stuff like that. Really sad stuff. But I told you all that we're going to have a whole nother problem on our hands. If the government doesn't come in and provide these people with shelter, we're going to have a huge problem on our hands as the colder months roll in. Well, it's been getting pretty cold out there. And sadly, it's been reported from people on the grounds, we're not going to hear much from the mainstream media. The mainstream media has forgotten these people. But from what I'm hearing, a few people were found frozen to death in their tents. People who survived Hurricane Helene, survived the historic flooding. They were lucky to survive that. And now, because the U.S. government neglected them, FEMA and all of these other agencies neglected them, they have frozen to death in their tents. While violent illegal immigrants are all warm and toasty in high-rise hotels with thousands of dollars at their disposal, our American citizens are freezing to death. Freezing to death in the middle of the woods. Freezing to death in the spot where their home once stood. It's infuriating. It's sad. But we all knew this would be the outcome if something wasn't done. And guess what? Not much was done. They gave some of these people some tents. I want to go ahead and roll this clip really quickly, and then I'll be right back with more.
I think we got a little leak around an air conditioner we're going to have to fix. It's cold as whiz. Ponds froze. Water's froze here at the camper again. We'll make it though. It's all right. I'll get it thawed out. Guys, we had a confirmed deal there night before last where we actually lost three people. Three people was found in a tent that had froze. Been weighing real heavy on me and my team, guys. You know, I put out a little post there for us in our little group there this morning that, and I've been letting this eat at me because of the fact of, we didn't get to these people. They were just not far down the road from where we were, and that's sad. But, growing up, I played sports, and I kind of said it like this. We won some, we lost some. But I always went back out there and got back on that field and played again, even though we lost the game before. And I guess that's the thing that's going to help me go on with this and keep going on. Those people, you really don't know what their life was like. You don't know what's going on. And I always have to look at it like it's part of God's plan. It's just like when you lose a family member. You always ask why. Why did they have to go? Well, if you got the Lord in your soul and Christianity is something that you live by, it's one of those things that you got to look at it like God needed them worse than we did down here. There was a purpose for them that he had up there. And maybe their lives weren't so great here. He could have plucked them away from something that they were living here on earth. Guys, there is no answer to the whys and whys nots, other than the fact of it was the Lord's way. It was his way. He's the one that decided this is the way it needed to be. I know we question, why did the Lord let this happen up there? You can't do that. Again, it's just another one of those steps. And I hate that this catastrophe, to the extent that it is, these people are freezing to death over there. I mean, I woke up this morning in my camper, and I've got a camper here, and it's hard to keep this thing heated. It was 52 degrees in there. And you know what? I stood up, and I'm standing there, and I'm thinking, God, how cold it is. I had to laugh about it because I'm thinking about the people that are out there that don't even have that. I mean, they don't have that camper right there. I thank God that I have that camper down there. I thank God that I have this jacket right here to put on, this toboggan. But I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure the ones that are over there that don't have this stuff, they're going to have it. Guys, I can't do this stuff without you all and your all's help. I love every one of you all. There's been so much support that's come my way from what we're trying to do. It's crazy. The people that God has put in my life, Sandy Pearl, Mike, Lauren Dellinger, Ronnie Weaver, I can name you all off, guys. Nicole Neese, Andrew Gwynn, Marty, I love you, honey. You're doing so good. Thank you for everything that you're doing for me. Thank you. Thank you so much. I want to thank everybody that's around me right now. This little family, my new family that I have. I love you guys. And I want y'all to hold your head high. We got to keep grinding. That's my word, grinding. We got to keep grinding. We cannot allow these things to get us down. Just like I said, I've lost ball games, but that didn't keep me at home. I got up, I grabbed that glove, them cleats, and I got right back out there. And guys, that's what I'm going to do right now. It's colder than whiz, but we're going to go down here, we're going to work on this camper. I'm trying as hard as I can to get one of these campers over there so we can get one of them to these families. It's a process. I mean, I set this one up yesterday. We had a few little problems with it, but I got them straightened out in just a few minutes. No big deal. Very little money spent to do so. This other one right here, I feel like that there's a few things we're going to have to do with it. The canopy is about to come off of it. I'm going to have to get that off of there before I can haul it up there. I don't want to leave that like that. If this air conditioner's got some leak around it, I'm going to have to figure that out. But again, I got Mike Pearl here with me today. We're going to work on them. We'll see if we can't get them straightened out. The bunkhouse camper that we have that we're going to use for the hub for our command post, it's going to be perfect, guys. Mike and Sandy stayed in it last night. They said it worked great. Everything's working. So that's something I wanted to do before I took it over. I didn't want to take it over and Nicole have a problem. Here she's got this camper here and she can't operate it. So, guys, I want to get these campers out there as fast as I can, believe me. I mean, I'm not dragging my feet, but it's just a process that we've got to go through so that we make sure that when we do deliver these things, that these people are not going to have a problem. I mean, they've already had too many problems, and the last thing I want to do is take a camper to somebody, we hook the water to it, and it floods it. I mean, come on, guys. They just went through a massive, huge flood, and the last thing I want to do is put water on them. So know, guys, that I'm still out here getting it. I'm going to be getting it to the end. I'm not giving up. I'm going to keep plugging. I'm going to keep fighting. And we're going to make this difference. We're making a difference. We've made a difference. And that's the thing. I keep wanting to tell everybody, guys, just look at where we are right now. Look at where we started. I started out delivering water up there. I'm just blown away by the love that God has thrown on me. I just can't believe the things that's going on in my life right now. And there's no way, there is absolutely no way possible that I'm giving up and I'm stopping. Not as much as going on right now. Guys, I want y'all to stay tuned. I want you to keep your eyes. I got to say it. I'm so dang excited I can't stand it. I got to just go ahead and let it out here to everybody. I've held it in, held it in, held it in. This afternoon, WVLT will be up here. And we're going to go live with these campers being distributed. So everybody tune in tonight to the news. WVLT, Channel 8. We'll have something real special for you. I couldn't stand it any longer. I've held it in and held it in and held it in. But I want everybody to know, because I don't want nobody to miss this. I want nobody to miss this. Channel 8, WVLT. I hope it'll hit the 6 o'clock news. Don't know if it will or not. But if it don't, it'll be on the 11 o'clock. Watch for us, guys. I love you all. Thank you all for all the prayers. My inbox is just horrendously full. And I sit down at night and I'll spend an hour or hour and a half just sitting there going through all the comments, trying to see, and I don't want to miss a one of them. And if y'all saw how many is coming in, it's extremely hard to do that. But just know, guys, I know I'm seeing you. I'm seeing you posting. I'm seeing you commenting. I'm seeing it. Every one of you all know that I'm seeing you. Please know I ain't missing a one of you. But, guys, I just don't know how much to say or how much. I'm just lost. I mean, words are just, it's just crazy. But I know this, when this is all over with, this is crazy. When this is all over with, I would love to be able for us to throw a big celebration party so that we can look back on our achievements and see what we've done. Guys, I'm not trying to do this for any self-reward whatsoever. Never have I ever thought that way. And I'll never think that way. My self-reward is the gratification I got right here in my heart. My self-reward is knowing that God has chose me to do the things that I'm doing. And I'm going to tell you right now, you can't buy that. You can't buy it. All right, guys, I love you. I'm going to get out here and see if we can get these campers straightened up. I don't know what the temperature is. Really don't care. We're going to do it. Guys, stay with me. Stick with me. Keep supporting me. I love you. You know, money's coming in. I hate to say it. I can't stand to ask for it. I mean, I go back to the very beginning. I didn't ask for money. I don't want to ask for money. But it's just gotten to the point to where running this truck, I run this thing nonstop. And I go out here and try to find fuel the cheapest I can find it. You can go down here to this Buc-ee's. We get it for under $2 a gallon, but that stuff's expensive. And that poor old truck there don't get the greatest of mileage. I wished it did, but oh well, that's just the way it is. Guys, I love you. I'm going to jump off here. I'm going to run down here to the campground, get with Sandy and Mike. Maybe they can grab him something to eat. Hopefully they've already got something to eat. But I love you guys. I'll be back. See you.
You know, honestly, there's not much I can say here that I haven't already said. I made dozens and dozens of videos about this situation. I made multiple videos warning about what would happen once the colder weather rolled in. And it's devastating to see that these people who lost everything continue to lose even more. And there's people still missing. We got people freezing to death in their tents, but there's still people missing whose bodies haven't even been recovered. And now you got this freeze coming. A lot of these bodies will never be found now. And now it looks like there's going to be even more bodies because our government seems to be okay with just giving these people some tents and letting them ride out the winter on a cold mountaintop. It's freaking ridiculous. And if you look at the major FEMA compound that they have, FEMA isn't doing a damn thing. Yet they got this massive compound out there with all of these tractors and all of these trailers. They're warm. They're doing just fine. Many of the people who are freezing in tents, they haven't even talked to or seen FEMA yet. And FEMA's been instructed not to talk to them because maybe they voted for Donald Trump. So yeah, when I look at this, I feel like there's not much I can say that I haven't already said. And if I said what I really wanted to say, my channel would be deleted automatically because I have no good words. In fact, all I have at this point is a bunch of profanity to say. And the fact that the people running our country couldn't see or just simply didn't care that this would be a problem in the near future, it's mind-boggling. Because it's not like I'm a super smartest person in the world. I know a lot of you all are smart, but it's not like we're geniuses here. It doesn't take a rocket, I'm about to say a rock scientist. See, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that, hey, we're going to have major problems if you got hundreds, if not thousands of people living in tents during a cold, freezing winter. We're going to have people dying, people getting sick, you name it. So they had plenty of time. They had ample time to bring in the trailers, to do whatever they could to make sure that these people were okay. Because you see, they do whatever they can to make sure that these illegal immigrants are okay. And I don't know how many of you all are aware of this. You can go to your local Walmart. They literally drop them off by the busload. You will see someone pull up in a car, handing people envelopes full of cash and little cash cards. They will proceed to go in Walmart, and one of the Walmart employees who knows Spanish will talk to them and will walk them around and help them get hundreds of dollars worth of groceries, and then they will set them up with an Uber that takes them off to Lord knows where. It's happening in every city around America. These people are catered to. Meanwhile, our own American citizens are freezing to death on the side of the road because our government said screw those people because maybe they voted this way, maybe they voted that way. Either way, our government decided that these people were not important. But they're important to me. And I know they're important to you all. So we're going to continue to shed light on this issue. But for now, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next one.